Hey guys, OFSREagle here, bringing you a brand new video today. Today I am bringing you my next installment of my go-to skill jumps. I know I've been away for a little while. For those of you who don't know, I am currently focused on the Microsoft Store free-for-all tournament, which is at the day of the recording, tomorrow, the 4th of March, I believe. Yes, so I've been preparing for that. I also have something else in the talks, or in the works, which I can't talk about yet. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, sorry for not uploading for a while. Just been really busy on some other projects, but I'm happy to bring you this. I know it's something that some people have asked for, and I love skill jumps, so I'm looking forward to sharing with you. So for Coliseum, I'm just gonna go through and show you the ones that I find useful. Yeah, not really as much how to do them as much, but more like the ones I use and why I use them. The most common one, in all honesty, it's the one that a lot of people use. I'm sure you've seen it. You go from here at like bottom red or bottom blue to S4 or S3, whatever you want to call it. And sometimes it's knacky, sometimes it's a hit or miss. It seems like to some people. But I can show you the exact way to get it to work every time. This one, how it works is that you actually thrust into this side of the little upcut here, and then when you thrust, actually the angling kind of shoves you up there. And some people have issues where they try to aim right here, and they get that action, or if they kind of do it too far away, they won't do it at all, or they kind of go to the side. And the way I visualize it to make it easy is you see, and this is also in one of Nova's Coliseum advanced skill jump videos, but you see this this line here, right? And the reason why it's so important is because you don't want to thrust into that, or else you won't be able to do the jump at all. Okay, kind of go up quite a bit, and I don't know, it won't get you up there. So the way I kind of visualize it and remember is I kind of see this. My brain kind of makes it a triangle. It uses the you can see there's a triangle there, right? And so I kind of use that as a guide. So I see this line, and I kind of visualize that other half of the triangle that I want to thrust off of, right? And so you have to be at a full sprint when you do this, by the way. You can't just run at it from one step. But once you're at a full sprint, you kind of visualize finishing, having your Spartan ride where that other line of the triangle would be. To me, it's a good enough visual cue that I hit it very consistently. And also notice the angle at which I do it. I'm not doing it you can hit it at this angle. It's the likelihood of you making it is actually really small. It's not a perfect, it has to be just like this, but the high success rate is when you do that. Now, what happens is that when you thrust into here, it actually launches your Spartan into this, which shoves you up. And so that's why I kind of view the triangle thing a good technique. But if you notice, if you hit too much at a glancing blow sort of angle, it sends you off at weird angles. So to me, it's all about you can start at any angle you want, but you have to end up running at it at that same angle almost every time in order for it to work. And if you don't, then you'll end up going off at weird angles, and then especially in game, it'll end up costing you because you use up your thrust, you make yourself known on the map, yeah, and you end up being airborne for a while. But once you practice it and get it done, it is very fast. Especially let's say you're getting shot from Red Cave or something and you need to get out of there. You're out of there and you're in a quick position, especially for sniper. Same thing is applicable over here. It's the exact reverse of the angling for that, but it works just the same. My next go-to skill jump is actually down here. It's something that I find not a lot of people use, but to me it's invaluable. You can actually, on this rock, you can just walk, jump, hold, crouch, right? And you can actually sit up here. Now this in and of itself is pretty cool. You can maybe escape a few nades. But the reason why I like it so much is once you're up here, if you hold crouch, basically from when I'm here, I jump, hold, crouch, I don't let go of crouch, I walk to my right and look up to my left, jump, still holding crouch, and press clamber, and I grab the ledge. And to me, it's very, very useful for juking people. There's so many gunfights that happen down here, and you'll notice right now I keep missing it. It is not momentum based whatsoever. You need to kind of make sure you're stationary and then you go for it. Also, if you jump too early, your head's going to hit this, which you see me doing a lot. So you have to actually, once you get up there, make sure you walk enough to the side and then jump, because your Spartan actually kind of like goes down and then jumps up, so it has enough clearance to clamber it. So to me, I like it a lot because you can be in a gunfight down here and they might be nading. It seems like, okay, they're about to get you and you're removed from the situation. You might be wanting to get someone up there and they know you're down here. They maybe, you can even shoot or something, kind of bait them, and they might be about to drop and then you get a backsmack or something. To me, it's also really fast for getting to red DMR. The next best thing you can do is probably this, right? And that's kind of slow, and just to go from here to either the DMR or the window, I mean, to me is just great. You can do the same over here. It's a lot harder because you can see this little edge is a lot higher up. But yeah, it's definitely possible, but it's harder to get into that crouch position because it's a lot higher up. I think you have to do like almost like 2 jumps, but anyway, my next go-to skill jump isn't really a jump, it's more or less a route, which I know I'm not the first one to discover it, but you can see right there how fast I went from S4 to rockets. All you're doing is you're using the top of the like frames for the window, and you are using that to kind of walk over to rockets really fast. And it's only a 1 route sort of deal. You can't, because this is placed so much closer to S4, you can actually jump. Now here, this is the only way how it works. You have to jump and hold crouch. For me, if I don't hold crouch when my feet land on that, I have a harder time maintaining the run. So I'll show you what I mean. So like right here, I'm not going to hold crouch when I jump, and I can hit it, but you have to be a lot more precise because there's basically only one option for your feet to land to where they're not like clipping anything and like shoving your Spartan off to one side or the other, right? Like right there, I had to clamber. So to me, holding the crouch tucks your feet up under a little bit higher, so you have a little bit more clearance so you can do it. And also, it's really important because remember, when you land and kind of walk crouch, it slows down your momentum. So you only want to like tuck, and then as soon as you feel like you're about to like connect, and it's gonna take some practice to make sure it works. But as soon as you feel like you're about to connect, then you hit the sprint button again, so you can almost maintain that momentum like that. And you see, I got to rockets without having to clamber, versus the last time I did it, I had to clamber because I didn't have as much momentum. And you can do that on either side here, right? Like that. Now the next jump I have, everyone knows for the lift that you can like go up and clamber, right? And I found something else that you can actually do is if you aim it just right, you can actually clamber here, like that. The reason why I bring it up is because when people hear that lift, they're expecting someone to be up here, whether it be they're flying all the way up or clambering this point. So when you hit it just right, I missed it again, but you're actually able to clamber the edge here and not go up at all. I keep going up to the top, but like that. I've used it actually a few times in game, and it's thrown off a few people. I've caught them like, and to me, it's still pretty knacky. I don't know exactly like what is the exact angle you want to do or whatever it is to make sure you clamber. Because sometimes you hit the top and you clamber that. You're trying to actually clamber right here, which I'm sure most of you know. You can actually avoid going up the lift to get to S4 from grass just by doing that. That's nothing new. Right there. I think you more have to look at it from like a 90-degree angle, and it's easier for you to hit rather than trying to look at it more straight on like most times you go up the lift. Also, this is a little bit easier too. If you don't go in with a lot of momentum, you really won't be close enough to clamber that edge. Alright, so because I walked a bit first, if you come in with like good walking momentum, you'll hit that clamber a little bit easier. And from this, you're invisible from anyone up there. So they'll hear that, and let's say you don't want to be heard at all. You can do something like this where you jump, hold, crouch, and clamber. You can get up there without using lift. But if you want to like give them like a fake, that might be an option. This is one that I actually use quite a bit. You can actually jump, hold. You can clamber this if you want to, and you can get up there like that if you want to clamber. You can actually do it without clambering. So you jump, hold, crouch, and then jump and clamber, and that way you're eliminating the clamber there. I mean, it's a little bit faster like that, but to me, I use that especially a lot of times I find myself using capture the flag. It's just something where if you need to get to this window quick from right here, because this is also a jump. I actually don't use this a lot. You can thrust all the way up there, and to me, it's just not, I don't know, not as clean. You're kind of airborne for a bit too long. You need a big setup. Versus this is just a whole lot faster. And if I miss, I can clamber up there. You can't do it from the left side. You have to kind of be more in the middle towards the right, and then you can get a clamber. Once you clamber, once you clamber the rock, you can jump, hold, crouch, and get up there get up to the window without having to clamber like this, like that. I mean, I don't know. To me, and this is also good for if you need to like escape real quick. That's useful. And you have something similar over here, which I use a lot, especially if like you're in a firefight over here and they go to duck to blue window. I use this a lot, and it's basically the same thing. You're kind of jump, and I have a habit of jumping and holding crouch whenever I jump at any point in time, and so it gives you a little bit more wiggle room. And then so right here, I'm kind of jumping forward, hold crouch. Once I'm up here, jump to the right, hold crouch, clamber. And so that's just a quick little movement up there. It's just a really quick dodge if you need to. And let's say you miss it, you can actually thrust in. Let's say, oh, I missed that. You can do a thrust in to get that edge. My next go-to skill jump is one that I use every once in a while, but it's definitely something that's definitely useful. From here, if you need to get to blue DMR, you can do this, which is fine. But you can also, just if you're in a pickle or whatever, you can thrust up there, and if you do it right, you can actually avoid the clamber, and it's just really quick. So if you're in a really tight pinch, the reason why I get so much height sometimes when I do a thrust jump is you hold jump, and that's just universal for any thrust jump. You hold jump after you do it, and I'm gonna do the exact same jump twice, once without the jump, and you see how it only got me to where I could where I had to clamber. If I hold jump after I do it, see you get more height. You'll see actually a little stutter when I do it. Right here, there's that little like dip where I press and hold jump, and it gets me more height. So I have a habit of doing that. But yeah, this is definitely something you could use. Aiming up there, whatever. Two of the other jumps I use right here sometimes is really useful for juking and stuff like that. The three major things I do is you can actually jump and hold. You don't need to hold crouch, but you can jump, crouch in there. And the higher tier players are aware of it, but even so, like let's say you're in a firefight or a gunfight, and they go to chase. You can crouch right here, and it's not like you want to stay here. To me, it's all a timing thing and knowing like what the player's about to do. So let's say they're chasing me from like right there, and they're they got me weak. They're about to look. I'm like right here. They look here because that's the first thing they're gonna do. They don't see me. They're now gonna look over here, and if I stick out too far, they'll see me. At that point, when I feel like okay, they probably looked here. Now they start looking. I drop and I start shooting or whatever. It's also useful for dodging nades, especially the nades that come down here. Stuff like this. Just being able to jump, and just be up there. This is good for hiding when you're like one shot, and then you don't want to stay in it too long. But you can actually do a spring jump, whether it be the glitch or not, up here. And not a lot of people use that, and because you could be like in a firefight or whatever with someone up here, right? And let's say they're about to drop, you just have to make sure you're positioned right and you're clambering the right spot. But you can actually get up there and, you know, hide or whatever. It's better than having to do like, you know, this or something, or even going up the ramp. You know, just if you're in a quick spot or, you know, a quick bind where you need to get up there, you can do a regular spring jump. That's what you get for not practicing your skill jumps. There you go, or your spring jumps, and then, or you could just do the glitch and then you can get up there. And I also, now this I find is really useful. I do the same thing here. If I'm in a, like, you know, this is actually a quite frequent gunfight. Is in here, you know, they're either window and they dropped, and you kind of go this way, and you can stay up here for a second, but they're gonna start throwing nades, right? So if you do a spring jump up here, you can actually clamber the top, and they're actually gonna be walking around this, looking for you, and you're gone, right? And then you could, I've gotten a lot of back smacks or just finish out a lot of kills like that, and it's really useful. You can't, it isn't like it isn't a jump, hold, crouch. Yeah, it has to be a spring jump in order for it to work. Yeah, it has to be a spring jump, so whether that be the glitch or not. But to me, that's really useful, something that not a lot of people know about. And, you know, you can like kind of bait them over here. You know, they start throwing a grenade, whatever, and then all of a sudden you're up here. And if you do it too soon, they'll see you go up there. But, you know, you can use the game audio in here. Okay, they're about to push in, and, you know, you're around them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys have any jumps that I didn't cover, or maybe I don't know, or anything you want help with. Let me know. And be sure to like and subscribe if you liked what you saw, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.